Well, I've seen the light. Everything happens for a reason. Right now, though, most of those reasons piss me off. I'm big mad, and for a long time too. Ugh. Yeah, so I guess the Secretary of Treasury, Steve Bissett, he says you should become AI native. That's how you get a job, I guess, or do a job, I guess. Well, not really. Now, I've only been programming computers for like 32 years. You know, I know how the computer works really well. All of them. All the computers that ever existed. Things that existed before computers that were almost computers. It doesn't matter how advanced the chip is, it just adds up to one. It's just optimized for different ones. Any idiot can count to one. That's the quote there. So yeah, I love America, but you know, I mean, the rest of the world is so damn retarded. But you know, first world wise, we're retarded internally for ourselves right now. It's not really any different than the rest of history, but specifically peaked out. I think, you know, I still believe that, you know, the stupidarity, the peak of stupidity has passed at this point, but that doesn't mean that there is not like this, like we really want to be retarded and build AI data centers, you know, until they cover the surface of the country. You know, it's like, does anybody believe this? But who are the anybody? And you poll random people, and by people I mean Americans. And what do you believe? Well, you don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, apparently. Large language models, you know, they've peaked. You know, you can do more. They can get better, but not in any significant way that I think is important. I mean, you can generate any bull smoke need be. I got sticky fingers because I went and I talked to a tree, a pine tree. I feel like we really communicated. Unlike any human on Earth right now who is completely, it's like a denial of service attack because we have these various messaging platforms, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, that's you know, that's 99% of all the stuff now. You know, there's a lot of loud idiots. That's been the rule. then there's things going in sort of the right direction and stuff like that. I mean, you can patron, like you can become somebody's patron or whatever, you know, or Substack subscriber, like actually pay them money, and it doesn't mean that like you know, you're actually gonna have any interaction with them at all that's real. like like the attention economy, but it's attention poverty. So, you know, I'm, you know, doing my part, kind of, sort of, yes, totally am, really, basically, totally. What else can I do, you know? Yeah, you know, more data centers and all that is, more AI is, it's like old dudes with gray hair telling you to like use AI or become AI native. They're just outsourcing their brain to somebody else. Where did they get that idea? Do they have any idea how that stuff works? I know exactly how it works, but who cares? To the extent that it does work. So, you know, yeah, we could be going full retard for the rest of Trump's presidency, as far as I see. You know, it's hard to, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, it's the problem of help. You know, it's like, how do you help somebody? They don't know. They're asking for help. They desperately want it, but there's like this wall of stupidity. You know, it's like, yeah, we want to do business, want to do business, want to do business. Yeah, but the business is dishonest as fuck. So it's funny, like, I mean, it's like the concept of like, if you have super intelligence, then you have like the ultimate dominant technology, and you know, you're worth like trillions of dollars, right? But sort of a negative asset so far as I've seen. It's like how to win friends and influence people. How to piss everybody off all the time. It's like Trump derangement syndrome. I think I caused something like much worse than that in like anybody that I talk to, as far as I know. I mean, new people or whatever, I don't know. There's not very much intelligent light. It's like we're in a dark ages, really, in a way. The kids are demented. The boomers have outsourced and ensconced themselves in their gated communities. And sort of like basically just a mother load of misery for quite a lot of people, but it's sort of this is what we gotta do. We gotta suck it, I guess. Just eat shit and smile. So what, like, you know, I've put in my applications to XAI and Palantir and Department of Energy. You know, I've sent them all messages and submitted forms on their website and all of this, but I hear nothing. There's where's my white privilege, you know? But that said, superintelligence is not a product. You know, like the purpose of me working with like a XAI or Department of Energy or Palantir would be just to simply promulgate what it is, superintelligence. And there's a lot of work to do. I mean, there's a lot of better ways to write computer software. You can see how it's all terrible now. So like glitchy. But I mean, that's what it is. It's a product, you know, like superintelligence is not a product. It's not a product. Not in any normal sense. A product of efforts, perhaps. Certainly. But a product for sale, the hell with that, man. What's the point? Why are you gonna keep scarcity around when you have superintelligence? It's like stupidity sequel. You're not supposed to have a sequel to the stupidity. I guess if the Dark Ages would probably be, I guess maybe that's the original stupidity, but we were primitive. I mean, you know. Darkness. It's a darkness. Yeah, we're close to the solstice. Let's see here. What are we on? 16? Solstice is probably the 19th or 20th. I see more light maybe in the future, but not in the near-term future, in the very near-term future. So anyway, yeah, basically, you know, the purpose of this video is just to make the video, but my intention is, you know, to essentially just basically explain superintelligence furthermore at every level of detail as need be, and just chilling out here in this chair or wherever, you know, over time. What else can I do? What else would I do? It's the same thing if I was to work. I mean, it's just a matter of the, you know, what do you call it? Likes, buying likes or whatever, advertising, word of mouth, you know. And there's no canonical version, in a sense, of the explanation. In general, it's obviously a train wreck. I mean, who's still watching this video? Probably no one. But superintelligence is hyperintegration of the metasystem. That's one way to describe it. That's very dense, but is not very informative if you don't understand what superintelligence, you know, what that would even mean before you understood hyperintegration of a metasystem. But anyways, the point is that any of this kind of confusion is alleviated by simply starting from somewhere else and explaining it from there. And the metasystem is the system that can describe all other systems. And what I'm talking about here is nothing less than writing and the spoken word. And with writing and the spoken word, especially the you know, the English language, 26 letters, this is the actually incredibly, like, there's nothing that the most, like, the peakest thing, like the peak of perfection to me is the alphabet. Especially like the forms of the lowercase letters, they're optimal in so many ways, in every way, really. You're not going to add a letter, take one away, or change the shape in any way that's of any use. It's like exact. It's exactly optimal, the alphabet. It's amazing. Letters and numbers. So anything can be described, using words, text, okay, being explained to you, spoken, written, braille, via packet over the interweb. These talking right now, it's transcribing when I upload, and text, then I can copy and paste. And there's a thing on a computer called a character device, and all this means is that when you get one character at a time in order. Anyways, when you're living your life and you have about 3.7 seconds on average between blinks. So it's like, that's how long your eyes are open. Like, if not to debate about what it is, consciousness, not that that's too complicated either, but all right. So that's like a conscious moment. If you blink, you might miss something, right? So you get 3.7 second chunks, but they're smoothed over in the smooth brain. Anyway, anything you do, like quantum, what does that mean? It just means counting. But everything, all activity, everything you do, anything that happens, is quantized. Meaning, I can describe it with words, what it is that you did, where it is you went. Anything that is possible to exist, it can be described in words. It's obvious. Like, this is the base of the system. This is the base of superintelligence, because the letters are unconfusable. Nobody's arguing about what letter is what letter. People argue about what words mean all day long, and what words should be used, should be uttered, and can't be uttered. And there's community guidelines, and your words, you say the wrong words, and you're in violation of the community guidelines. That's all it is. So obviously there's more complexity to things than just words to describe them. But if you consider something like a system that can identify individual letters as a little bit of a miniature expert system, which I hope the viewer has the capability of distinguishing letters from each other. I believe that it has to be that way for them to even get into the fight and debate and be confused. But the letters are that's the base of the system. That is an unconfusable thing. Now, when you're looking at text and words and long pieces of text, you can it's bad writing. There can be some mild indeterminacy as to what letters are there. But if you're looking at the words and everything else, this is just a minor bit of error correction. So that the problem can be described and understood is the reason for this video.